Hello. Hi, Dawn. How are you? I figured since I was sitting here, there was no need to wait till 3 o'clock. So here we go, starting a little bit early. No problem. Do a mic check. Can you hear me good? Do you hear me good? That's the only thing I can't do for myself. I can do the camera check, but I cannot do the mic check. Get all kinds of feedback. Ooh, all pretty colors. Yes. Hi, Barb. How are you? Hi, Bernadette. Hi, Jenny Day. Jenny Roberts Day. How are you? Welcome, 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 welcome to the studio. Welcome to Create Joy Studio. I am your host, Karen McCoy. So thank you, Jenny, for coming and hanging out with us today. Lydia, how are you? I am happy to see all you guys. Today is Monday. It's the 18th already. It's like, oh my God, where's time going? I'm just not going to even stress about it, but it's going somewhere. It is definitely going somewhere. So, today we are going to have a great Monday. It's going to be a little fly by the seat of my pants kind of day. Actually, fly by the seat of my dress because I have a cute little dress on. I was super duper cute today. I had to go to the doctor, and it's August. Fall is on the way, so I figured I would get, some of my summer dresses, give them a last swirl around wherever. So do you guys hear me good? Can you hear me good? Is everything good? I got video. Video is good on my end. On over there, it's good. I'm happy to hear that, Lydia. How was everybody's weekend? Mine was good. I started off the weekend great. Friday as the guest on Pam's YouTube channel. The ginger cat lady. I don't know why I want to call her crafty, but the ginger cat lady. And if you guys didn't see it, there is a replay. You just click on in the, what do you call that thing? In the post in the community. And it is linked over there. And you can go check us out. Because we had fun. I was hanging out for about 2 hours. It didn't seem like that long, but that's what it was. So I went to the doctor this morning. Everything is seeming to be good. Can't wait till I get my numbers. We're losing weight. Not that we're trying to. That's a crazy thing. It's like not trying to. But I finally start putting gas in my car, meaning my body. So that's how that worked out. Wasn't putting gas in it, and was eating a couple times a day, maybe. And so therefore my body was storing up the fat, storing up the food. And then, of course, it was causing all kinds of things with my diabetes. And then when I did eat, I wasn't eating good. So that's the kind of thing that worked out. Okay. I'm not going to kind of rush through things today. We're going to kind of take it easy as we talk about decluttering the mind without losing your mind. But today we're going to use this word. How many of you have heard of the word of Feng Shui? Like Feng Shui. As you can see, I wasn't into it. But I realized that some parts of my life I was, because it's all about, rearranging furniture, really. But I was thinking about it. It's just like rearranging your thoughts so joy can actually have a seat at the table. So in your mind, can you think about having mental feng shui. I remember looking at this movie. How many of you guys saw the movie? Thank you, Bernadette. I'm happy. I want to make sure everybody can hear me good because I don't want you to have to turn your volume all the way up or whatever. I want you to have a good, comfortable volume. And it's hard for me to do that on my end, but I do see that I got it. Volume is good and stuff like that. So that's all I want to make sure. Okay, let's get started because it's right at 3 o'clock. And yes, I came on early and all of the things. And I figured I'd just pop on here because people were waiting and I didn't want nobody to be waiting. You're not late. You're on time. I just happened to start early, but I haven't started anything. We're just kind of hanging out. And I'm going to fly by the seat of my dress. That's what I said. So we're going to have a relaxed Monday. And we're going to talk about mental feng shui. Feng shui. There's the movie. There's this movie. It's called The Other Woman. And it's with, Lord. Let's see. I'm not going to even try to, it came out in 2014. But it's called The Other Woman. And it's with my girl. Cameron Diaz. That's it. Cameron Diaz and Leslie Mann but Kate Upton. And Nicki Minaj actually plays in that movie. But in the movie, Don Johnson is in there in his older self. Still trying to look sexy, but he does it well. I've heard of Feng Shui. Yeah, never did it though. Yeah. Hey, Paula Kay. Hi, Saul. And Beth. Yeah, Beth, you're not late. I just finished watching that movie lesson. Are you serious, Barb? Listen, that movie is so funny. It's called The Other Woman, but that movie is so funny. And Cameron Diaz, I love her anyway. I love Cameron Diaz movies. But Leslie, who was playing Kate, was doing Feng Shui. And so her brother, who was Phil in the movie, Taylor Kinney, and he was like, I told you that Feng Shui ain't good or whatever. And she was just like, yes, it is, as she cried because she found out that her husband was not only having one affair, 2 affairs, but 3, 4. I think it ended up being 4. And then he says he get more behind than a toilet seat. And I was like, whoa. But the movie is so comical. It's like, unfortunately, the concept of it, The Other Woman, I mean, it happens in life. But Kate, and for them to all come together and become friends is the part that I couldn't have seen me doing that part. That's just me. So that's just some other people's stuff. I'm not there for that. So, but the movie is very comical. Very, very, very comical. And if you haven't seen it and you want a good laugh, and just check it out. It's The Other One. It's called The Other Woman. And I want to say it's on Barb. Where did you see it at? I have it downloaded. It's one of my go-to movies. So it's downloaded on my Apple TV. So that's the way I look at most of the movies. I'll go in and download them. And then that way, I'll have them. So that was just my little thing. So that's why when I was thinking about Feng Shui, I was just like, maybe we need to, declutter the mind. And then let that be that way, because you have to move some things around in your mind and shift it, and like, what is it? You know what I'm saying? So that's it. Let's see. I'm going to use. We're gonna do a couple things today. We're gonna do a lot of things today, because as I said, I'm decluttering my mental mind, right? So excuse me. I'm just going to take the time to do it here. Your video wasn't playing? Oh, darn. And you were first here. Hi, Marty. How are you? Hi, Karen. Just got home from you. Couldn't saw your light on. Decided to come in and say hey and leave a thumbs up. Gonna go eat and take a nap. Marty, thank you. I appreciate that. I mean, you can leave it on, cut it down, and just leave it on for the watch time. That'd be great too. But endoscopy. I have to go get my boobies swished. My doctor just made the appointment for September. I was just like, oh, don't want to. Yes, Dawn. I figured you were here. I came on because you had commented and I was chatting with you, but you wasn't there. So let me just go just hit it. I'm already sitting here anyway. So my video, yeah. So I have it downloaded. Yeah, you have it on Apple TV. Okay, yeah. But it's on Hulu. Okay, so if y'all want to check out The Other Woman. Did I say hey Saul? I just saw the name. Hi Saul. Um but, yep, and I was waiting for it to start when I noticed the time. I went out and back. No worries. No worries. But if you want to check it out, it's called The Other Woman. It is fun. It is fun. Fun, 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 fun. Okay, thank you, Marty. Because, I am trying to get my watch time up. It's at 3,000, but for whatever reason, I think it's whatever YouTube's version of 3,000 is. I don't know. But thank you, and get you some rest. We'll be here for a minute. Who knows? You might take a nap and I might still be here because I have some energy. I feel 100. Y'all know last week I was working on 60, 70 some days, 50 some days. I was 80, but I never got to 100. And the weekend came, I think even Friday when I was doing the live with Pam. It was good, but when I finished, I was still a little motivated to hang out in the studio. But once I got in the bed, I didn't even watch TV. I kind of let it and I believe I probably watched TV maybe half of and like that or whatever that new Sex and the City is. 14 watching? Oh, snap. Hello. Is 14 chatting? No, 14's not chatting. But I do know that there are some that I've gotten messages that they're here, but they don't chat. And I was like, I get it. Thank you for reaching out. So let me just say, welcome to Create Joy Studio, where we slap paint on paper and where we heal one brush stroke at a time over here. And for those that don't know a whole lot about me, I am a self-taught artist in the world of watercolor. Watercolor is my number one. We date. We are not. There's no other man with watercolor. It's just watercolor. Now, watercolor does know every now and then I have to add somebody to come in and maybe join studio time or whatever. So maybe acrylic. We do mixed media. We make junk journals. We make art journals, hand sewn journals. I meant to have one on the desk, but this one is the smallest one. It's right. Hey, Maddie. Julia. Hey, Julie. Hi, Julie. I have about 35 minutes. Okay, Julie. Then I'm going to get to show and telling and all the things. But so this is an art journal that it's an art, what do you call them? Art journal? Yeah, art journal. I call mine an art journal. I don't know if you call yours an art journal, but it's hand sewn, 100% hand sewn. So I do that, but my love is watercolor. My first love is watercolor, then junk journaling. Mixed media, because I get to marry all of the things together and we get to all have fun. So junk journaling. And as I look around the studio to see, am I missing anything? Outside of that, I'm an author. I've solo authored 2 books. I do sell my prints. I do sell things like if you see something on a past video or whatever, and you're just like, oh my goodness, I would love that. Send me a message. It's something that I possibly can scan in and send it to you, and all you have to do is print it out and do what you want with it. If you want it signed, however you want it. Hello, Mr. McCoy. How are you? I am a TED Talk. I've done a TED Talk, so I'm a TEDx speaker. I am a mother. I'm a wife. Mother of 7 children. 2 of my 7 have already gone to be with the Lord. They're my heavenly angels. So that's a little bit about, me. And even for Team Replay, some people who don't know, and you don't want to have to go through a little, whatever. If you watch my intro video that I have up on my channel, I try to do a little intro, but a lot of people maybe don't want to look at that. They want to go right in and see the painting and see all the things. Okay, so that is that. Oh, a friend. Thank you, Dawn. Oh, and I am a counselor, but I don't really do a lot of counseling now. So look at this. Today I started out at the doctor's. that was that. Had to give blood. I was hungry as, oh my goodness, I could have ate a cow, just chopped him up, slayed him over something and ate him because I was so hungry. But I got to the doctor. My doctor had moved, so I had to find where she was. Got in there. We chatted, whatever. Great visit. Then I had breakfast with Mr. McCoy before he went to work. And then I went to Hobby Lobby. And then I went to Bath and Body Works. Is that what it was? Yeah, Bath and Body Works, and picked up some wall fragrance because they have 5 for $20. But in Hobby Lobby, I have been wanting this. You counsel me 2 times a week. Now, you know what, Joy? That is very much so true. You know, I mean, and it's more, people can really look at it that way. I do. Because a lot of times with the stuff that I do, when I go back and somebody's like, you know, you really helped me. And I was like, you know, that's great. So I'm happy that I can be your counselor 2 times a week here. So I got this, and this had been at Hobby Lobby. It's in their, what's that stuff called? Their Market Square, which is, hand wash only, not microwave safe. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's only going to be in the studio, so that works out. Hello, Kim. How are you? Welcome to the studio. So it's only going to be in my studio. I'm only going to put paint in it. Y'all already know what I'm going to do with it. So I can't wait to squeeze some out of some tubes and slap it in there. But for today, I'm going to be using yellow and blue. And I've decided it's monochromatic on paper, but I'm going to use yellow on one piece of paper and blue on another. It'll be okay. Because the other day I looked back at my video, I looked back at the live, and I was just like, well, Karen, you could have used both of them. Monochromatic means it wasn't going on the same paper, and I was just, yeah, it was too much. I overthought it. So it was okay. But so after I got this, because they're not, like I said, they're never on sale, but for whatever reason, I don't know if it got priced wrong, but every time I've looked at it, it's been like $25, right? That's why it stayed on the shelf. Today, I just looked at it and I was just like, oh, every time I go in there, I pick it up and I'm just like, oh, but when I flipped this sucker over today, it had $9.99 on it. Y'all know I put it in the basket fast, right? I didn't care what another one said. I wasn't finna look. I was just like, it was meant to go home with me. So I was happy about it. So that's why this one came with me. So, Paula K, have you used your paints? That's what I want to know. Okay, so we have that. So that's that. I'm doing a little show and tell, because that's why I say today is going to be fun. But we're going to be talking about Feng Shui, right? And we're going to talk about what is Feng Shui as it relates to your mind. Because we're over here in August, we're talking about decluttering the mind in the studio. I have 1, 2, 3 bags that I've already done, that I've already gotten out of the studio. And I got some punches I'm getting that's over there in a box. And I was gonna think about it, and I was just like, well, maybe. I said, nope. You didn't pass the do you make me happy test. Remember I told you guys, pull something out, put it in your hand, you'd be like, oh, I love you. If you get that first impression, okay, keep it, put it somewhere, it's okay. But if you get that, I'll use it, and you haven't used it this year, last year, then it's time for it to go. Unless it's our collector stuff, like magazines, and it depends on how many magazines you got. I don't collect magazines no more because I have 2 ream, you know what you get your ream of paper on? The Office Depot boxes. I have 2 big boxes plus a tote full of Oprah, Daphne's Diary. I can't use Daphne's Diaries because, I was putting them in my journals. And because I sell my junk journals, I stopped putting them in there because y'all know it's a, what's that thing called? That print thing. You can't do it and resell it. So I just went to doing my own stuff. All right. So, but we're doing August reflection, and we're using things that's going to make our mindset shift so that we can declutter, right? All right. Create Joy Studio. I wanted that to be the opening, and now we're going to put that under there. These are the cards for everybody. Oh, that's what we can use these. Let's use that. See, we're going to use her. Let's see. She's like, hey, I want to work. Put me to work. So this is the finished product from what I did with Pam on Friday. Copyright. Yes, that was it. Thank you, Julie. We do not want no copyright. And I'm the author of 2 books. That's why my name is trademarked. Slap and Paint on Paper is trademarked. I don't want to infringe on nobody's stuff because I don't want them infringing on mine. So I pulled the book that I did make, the Daphne's Diary. I unstitched it because it was a stitched book. I unstitched it, pulled the Daphne's Diary stuff out, slapped some paper that I printed off on, what's that thing? Etsy that gave me rights, and stitched it right on back up. So I'm all about that. But what if you were on Friday when I was on as a guest with Pam, the crafty God, why do I want to keep wait, is it the crafty cat? No. Why do I keep saying the crafty cat? This is what happens when Caran learns your name. She forgets your handle on YouTube, right? It's the ginger cat lady. That's it. The ginger cat, not the happy cat. It's the ginger cat. I think I'm mixing Beth. Beth is happy crafting. I think that's what I'm doing. Beth, put your where's she at? She was over where she happy place crafting is Beth. And that's what I keep wanting to say. Yeah. So the ginger cat lady, yeah. I'm gonna get it, but I know their names though. But it does no good for you guys if you're like, whoa, what's their thing? So, Dawn, if you would, could you please put the link to the thing? And if anybody else wants to wear a blue dress and be a mod, let me know. I need all the help I can get. But these are the things I had started. I did, so we did mixed media basically with my artwork. And I started out with these. So let's turn them over so you can see what they are. We got 2 Beths. I know 2 Beths now. Oh, right. Yeah, because we have a Beth in the Illustrated Faith, right? I think. Okay, these were regular cards, right? Regular old cards that I got from the dollar store. And they were $1.25 because y'all know it's not the dollar store no more. And so I took them and I turned them into prompts because I'm ready for whatever Beth is bringing up. Happy crafting next, whatever she's going to do next, then I'm ready. They're all the way through 31. So for February, it could be 28 days. I'm ready. We'll cut it short. 30 days. I did all of them. So let's walk through what they look like. So there's one, and then I have this big old stamp that I put them all like together and kind of stamped them out. And it turned out so pretty. They turned out really well. I don't have a complaint about it at all. Okay, Barb, I can do that. Let me see how. Okay, I think I do that over here. Let me see if I remember how to do it. They taught me. Oh nope, there it is. I was gonna say they taught me how to do it. Oh look, dot it. Boom. Boom. I think Bob is now a managing moderator for your channel. All right. Now, hopefully I did it on the right channel. Yes, that's the right one. Okay, cool. Because I don't want to get into space, because y'all know I want to get into space to where I'm answering questions. And I have learned that when you get to crafting, creating, and all the things, you get into what you're doing. And you kind of like forget to watch the chat. But I have the chat up here, and I have the chat over there on my eCam thing. So, yeah. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, Barb has a blue dress. I forgot who said something about a blue dress. They said the blue thing was a blue dress. And I was just like, okay. Okay, so that's number 1. And these were inspired. This whole thing was inspired by... Beth, Happy Place Crafting. And if you guys want to join us over here on Dear Prompt, Dawn has already put her link in the chat. Okay, there's 2. But you get the drift up. So, and the other thing was I wanted to share about these because these are just not my prints. So I did multiple things with them. This one, so I put watercolor on it. So they're definitely mixed media cards. Definitely, definitely, definitely. Then I put stamps on them. Then I put the date stamp for 29 is on there. So that worked out. And then what else? And then I put gesso over it. And then I put vintage photo around the side. So it just worked out really, really, really well. I was just so happy. And this one, y'all know, let's see, there's the bee. We did some with the bee. Oh, but that's the one. See the bird? We put the bird in there and see how the bird is going in the center. So that one worked out. Oh yeah, Julie, we love some bees around here. Wait till I'm finished. I got some more things that's going to come across the desk. This one I did just regular stamp, but I really love the big stamp. That was Heidi Swap stamp. All the numbers 1 through 31, and so they have been sitting over there. Remember when I pulled out every stamp that I had and used them, and these got they're right here on the desk. Literally, because I like the way they show up. And as you can see, I didn't just do them all the same. I stamped them in different ways, depending on what it was. Like some of them were bigger. But there was another one. I feel like I put, oh yeah, look at the girl. Isn't she cute? And this one, it says, "You rocked it." So that was one of the ones that my friend Pamela gave me. But look how I did the numbers inside. And I only did 3. 3 of them. I felt that was enough. It's kind of like, since it was a playing card and I covered up the card completely. Again, put the bird down in the corner, and he kind of like still, the hummingbird. Then I did another one, a couple of them. So it was only like 2 of them. So these 2 got this stamp. I think we got 2 birds. Maybe might have 3 birds. This one and this one. Oh, come up. So this one said, "Grow in His love," Ephesians 3:17. That's the stamp I had. And then this one this is a stamp that I had over there being pretty. And so I stamped it on there. And again, all of them got vintage photo. Or is it vintage photo? I think it's vintage photo. Yes, vintage photo. So that day when I was looking for vintage photo, that's why I couldn't find it, because it was literally sitting in the front of me when Dawn said vintage photo. And I was like, I know I got it. Well, that's why I couldn't find it, because it was sitting up here. Hi, Pam. I was just talking about you. Were your ears burning? I have a junk journal I made. Bees, birds, butterflies. It is not finished. Oh, well, I started years ago. Years ago? Well, Julie, you need to come on and finish that with me, because I have a bee journal that started talking to me. It started talking to me, so she will be coming on the desk sometime today, tomorrow. See the bees. You can see some of them. Pam, these are the finished versions of the cards that I started Friday that I didn't get finished. So these are all the ones that are finished. 17. So they're ready. And then we put the gesso over that one and then stamped over the gesso. Some of them didn't get gesso because I like that purple. I didn't want to gesso it. So it worked out fine. That one's an extra one. So we don't know. We'll sit it over there. But if you want to do something cool like this, I got this idea from, actually, Bitty Penny and Beth did it when Beth was on Bitty Penny's channel, and that's where I saw it. And I always liked doing the cards, and I always wanted to do them, but it's just like, Bitty Penny made hers so pretty, and I was just like, I just don't want them to be that pretty. I want them to be a little lovey, and but y'all gonna see. So these worked out. So I'm ready for it. I'm ready. And we have them. They're housed in their little thing that's ready. So we'll put them over there. And I'm going to do some more because I went to the, what do you call that store? The Dollar Tree or Dollar Store. I don't know what they call it now, but mine it's a Family Dollar Tree. It's a combination. So I went in there and got another one because I had so much fun making those. I'm going to do another one. Now this is one of the journals that we have. I finally got some paper to add to it. And that's the back and that's the front. And I decided I am going to put this as the spine. So it'll be a closed spine. Wait, no. Wait, hold on. What did I decide? Okay, hold on. Oh, yes, I'm going to sew the signatures. Yes, I'm going to sew the signatures inside. This will be my spine. So I'm going to sew the signatures in and then place it on the inside. I was trying to decide if I wanted to do just a regular open. So that's what it'll look like now instead. And it's going to be like for somebody that likes to, who wants paper. Because most of my junk journals, you know, they're loved. They have all kinds of stuff in them. So thank you, thank you, thank you. I love the card altering concept with Bitty Penny first shared it. Yeah, isn't that a fun project? And so they are playing cards. Yes, so as a matter of fact, I have, because only reason I have them handy is because why? I got some more. So these were just regular $1.25 at the dollar store. Now, here's the thing. If you already have some playing cards, use the ones you got and then go buy some new ones. Because around here, we like playing with new cards anyway. We don't like playing with folded cards. And they were a nice size. They were jumbo playing cards. But I didn't care about that. You know, jumbo as in this. I didn't care about that. So, you know. But if you already have some, just use what you got. But these came from the Dollar Tree, dollar store, whatever. So, I have so many playing card packs of different. Oh my God. So, Julie, sounds like you're going to have fun. Gonna have fun. All right. That's that. Let's stick those back in there. I got Happy Mail. Okay, let's clean that out of you. See, she gets to be a part of the show today. I got Happy Mail from, as we talked about, Bitty Penny. It came Saturday. Did you glue watercolor paper to them? So this is what I did. I cut up watercolors like these. Like today I'm going to use some of these. I cut them up ahead of time so they're already cut up. And then I paint on these. And then I just glue this onto the playing card. Like this one I'm going to have to cut down because they're too big. I don't want them to be too big. At least in this say. I collect them as I see them at thrift store. Altering cards has been around for quite some time, at least in the junk journal world. Yeah, you know, and that's what I've been hearing, and I think it's fun. I've never when they did it. That was the first time I had seen it, but it was I think I saw it another way, but I like the way that I fell in love with the way that Beth did it. Because I think Bitty Penny just made me feel like I needed to do a pretty one. And I'm going to show y'all why. Because Bitty Penny does great cards. Let's pull this out so y'all can see what I got. Hey, Monique. So I ordered from the live she did, I think 2 weeks ago. Beginning of August, whatever. I wanted gilded rose. Because right now I'm looking at gilded on Prime. And then I wanted Peaceful Christmas because Christmas is coming up. I was not thinking about Christmas, but when she did what she did with the Christmas thing. And here's the thing. Christmas always comes, and I'm always in the month of December trying to figure out paper or what I want. And I don't be wanting to buy the traditional packs of papers. So these right here, I thought was so pretty. Let's see. I'm not going to pull it out because I pull it out, it won't go. I'll have a world trying to get it back in. But yeah, there's all the little, some of them I'm quite sure I'll use all of them, and some of them I probably won't. Some of them will get altered, some of them will get slapped on a playing card. But Gilded Rose will definitely, every one of these will be. It's 24 double-sided. I'm going to have problems with that. Because they're double-sided. Oh, that's why I wanted them. Just like, look at that. Oh, my goodness. So many people are already doing Christmas. Yes, everybody. Pam As a matter of fact, Pam, if you go look at our replay from Friday, I don't know if she showed that on there, but what she was doing on there was to get stuff in her book. And you stay away from Halloween. I'm not a Halloween person. I'm a fall person. So that's where it kind of reels me in. And you know, it's one of those things, to each his own. I like fall, and I don't like pumpkin spice. So it's one of those things. It's like, well, whatever. It's whoever loves it, but it's just not for me. Oh, and then Maddie, you had asked what I got. This what it. You remember she did the stamp. This is what I wanted. This first chapter, the currently reading, read, dream, achieve. I like those. And then we all have our time machines, don't we? Those take us back are memories. Those that take us back are memories. And those that carry us forward are dreams. H.G. Wells. Hence, yeah, your Frosty book. Is it Frosty book? I thought it had Rudolph on the front of it. The Frosty book and done and ready for sale. Okay, cool. So I wanted this, and I'm just like, oh, I need that. I need it. So I got it. Boom. Now let it roll. So as we talk about Feng Shui, like my thing, some people might be like, what in the world is that? And another movie where they talk about Feng Shui, if you looked at Bad Boys, and the original Bad Boys talk about, you know, the guy was just like, oh, you know, woosah and the Feng Shui and relax and get your chi on and flow smoothly. You know what? So the basic idea is surrounding the emotions, the health, the relationships, just your overall well-being. Yeah, Rudolph was a prototype. Gotcha. Okay. So that's what it is. And we want to be intentional with our mind space and our well-being and relationships that we have. I went to church yesterday, y'all, for the first time. I went for my family reunion, but I don't really count that because I went for the family reunion. But before that, I had not been to church physically. I would pull up and go online. But going online has gotten just old and just, I don't want to do that either. So a friend of mine, she's like, well, hey, you can go to church with me on Sunday. And, you know, so I drove an hour to go to church because it's in Montgomery. And I had an amazing time. It wasn't, you know, I didn't want to do a whole lot of people in because I come from a mega church where we got seating is 12,000 and a lot of people. And when I used to be in Jacksonville, it used to be a lot of people in the church. So it didn't feel like doing a whole lot of people. And this was a small church, very, very intimate. And I enjoyed it. Had a fabulous time, and then we ate afterwards. You got to go to church and then got to go to dinner afterwards. That's just it. So, and we sat there. We got out of church about 12. We sat down to eat maybe about 1. We didn't leave the restaurant till about 4. But we were talking, and it was just a great time. Just a great time to be had. That right there is what I mean when I'm talking about relationships and your overall well-being, right? So for me, the whole thing about going to church has been about peopling, and I ain't want to people. All right, here's another one that was in there. It's just a thank you for shopping. It's got coffee. I don't perk up until coffee does. Perfect. Decaf, no, but somebody can have that. But right here, coffee, no talkie, probably, and then talkie. No talkie till coffee. Want to hear a joke? Yeah, those are cute. So that's another one that came in there. And these, I saved these because let me make sure everything else is going. Yeah, peopling is hard. Peopling is hard, especially when you don't want to people, and especially when you haven't peopled in a long time. I personally am just getting back outside from COVID. Like, I went inside in 2019, October of 2019, before COVID. Because when my son was murdered, I went inside automatically. In my own mentalness, I went inside. So this is why when I'm talking about decluttering the mind and bringing back out these dreams and really, really, really thinking about what needs to be decluttered, what's cluttered, like what's cramped, what's poorly arranged, even in your mind, in your house, in your studio, in your car, in your yard, whatever. Your energy feels the same way, right? Sometimes it gets stuck. So that is what, when I walked into church yesterday, and I was a little bit late, right? Because I had to drive an hour. But there was no excuse. I should have did my time better. But I felt I hate walking in church late. But I was just like, I'm moving forward. We're going forward. It'll be okay. It's going to be okay. I felt balanced when I walked in. It was light. The air was just not stuffy. Like there wasn't people sitting all on top of each other. It was great. It was great. So wait. Oh, Pam, how is your husband? Because I know y'all had that in the house. Haven't really gotten back out there completely since COVID. Yeah, I hadn't. So I'm kind of getting back out there now. And I can say I'm okay with it now. However, I do not want to people all the time. I don't. Let me show y'all these beautiful cards. Because I don't want to get too far away from. Let me put these back over. I need these to be here so we can do it. So y'all see how I got my camera working where I can have this over here. So you can see why I love these cards. And see why I wouldn't have did these cards if I wouldn't have seen Beth with Bitty Penny. This is Bitty Penny's card, y'all. Do you see this? I thought this was like wrapped around, like some things wrapped around, like, and I was going to pull them apart. No. When I say, it's like, oh, wait, hold on. That's in the card. Look at that. Look at that. Bitty Penny is finna be my Gina K, okay? Bitty Penny will have me over here trying to make her cards like I did with Gina K. But I've learned to declutter my thoughts and be like, oh, that's beautiful, right? And then I come over here and I be like, oh, these are beautiful. You see what I'm saying? You see where I'm going with that? Everybody has to find their flow. They gotta create their open pathways so that their energy can flow, so they can people when they want to people or not. This card is amazing. And then she gave me a little note that I'm so glad, and her handwriting, I love it. I'm so glad you are one of my peeps. You have inspired me and so many others with your gift. Thank you for being you. Even the message speaks volume to me about finding my own flow and my elements and my placement in my world, in my studio. It's just more confirmation to do you, boo. But look at the birds. Look at this. I like Bitty Penny if you're looking at Team Replay, or if you happen to be looking and can't chat because you at work. Is this a stamp? I know it is. But them little, it looks like little, what? Owls. That's what it looks like. And then it's like, you are a true bloom of kindness. Look at this. It's just so pretty. It is so pretty. So pretty. So that's that. He is still testing and positive, but I am, knock on wood, not sick yet. Oh, yes, we don't want you to get sick. We want him to get well. And then look at this one. So Saturday, I got the notification that her package came literally while I was on live with her. And so I went to the mailbox after I got off live, and I already knew that it was going to have some pretty stuff in there. I already knew that, right? So I sat down, I brought the package in the studio, and I was like, I'm going to open it. And then I started doing something. So I didn't open it until Saturday evening. And I was like, oh my goodness. And I just sat in it. And that just gave me even more encouragement to get up and go to church on Sunday, because the Lord was talking to me through Bitty Penny's card and all the things. Just get your flow, creating my own pathway, my own flow, that kind of thing, right? So this one says, make today beautiful. And y'all know I love birds. Love me some birds. But this here card, let me see if I can do it some justice and turn it to the side. Look how that it's on some humpers. For those that know, Bill calls them humpers. I call them ledges, but it has some 3D. But make today beautiful, and I like the way she has the script in like some little ribbon. And I already know, since I've seen her layer cards, I love it, love it, love it. So it's so pretty. And then she got pocket in here, and we got some scraps that came from it. Look at that. Oh, what's that? Oh, and it's stamped. Okay, received. Nice. But she put so much care. Hey, Hen. She put so much care into making her cards. Like if you don't know, Bitty Penny and Dawn or Barb put her in the chat, so if anybody hasn't subscribed, you can go subscribe and just binge watch her cards. Now, if you're one of those people that you don't want to have the pretty cards, then just watch for inspiration and then take what she does and then turn it into your own thing. That's what I'm learning. Find your flow, right? You take the elements, right, and then do what you do with them. And that's what I was inspired to do with my cards right here. And we're not done. We're not done. We got one more. This one has a tag on the front, and it says, "You are the sweetest." Just so cute. Just so cute. And this one, I'm quite sure it's left blank because she thinks I'm going to share it with somebody. Maybe. Don't know. But check it out. Check it out. Look at it. She gave me a new way to use scraps. To lay them across and then just slap a tag. I can do that. Now the bow, I can't. I'm left-handed for number one. Definitely. But and then she has her stamp, Bitty Penny, and all the things. So that was Happy Mail. That was Happy Mail. Now let me get them and we'll leave them right here. Okay, we'll take them. But so after that, remember I told you guys I've been decluttering the mind. I've been decluttering the studio. I've been decluttering everywhere. I've been pretty much putting my hand, and it's something that doesn't need to serve me. It's been getting decluttered. So the studio, as I was decluttering, isn't that pretty? I'm going to take a picture with that. I think that's nice. Okay. We're gonna get to it. So over here, this is what decluttering got me. First of all, this ain't even been open. First of all. Yeah, Bitty Penny creates some beautiful projects. And I mean, they are just so wonderful. At Julie Parker, I had the same feeling. I was working retail in a DIY store paint department. I work in a grocery store, and the COVID pandemic time was stressful. I felt like I was putting myself... Yeah. I was so glad I didn't have to leave home for COVID. And then when COVID happened and everybody had to come home, I was just like, oh, cool, everybody's home now. And I was like, oh, my neighbors were home. Because then I lived in the subdivision. It was like next door neighbors were home, across the street was home. It's just like, oh my God, you don't know who got COVID. You just didn't know, And so I think that was just had me all crazy. But I created the studio. All right, but this right here was at Hobby Lobby. I got it for $2. And it's Timmy Holtz paper. And this is, Bitty Penny has inspired me with this card. And that's what I'm going to do. Oh, no problem, Dawn. I will see you on Team Replay. No worries. But this right here, because I saw her do this, I was like, I can do that with these. Like, I even got some paper in there that's like this. Because, this is Timmy. Like, so there's Timmy ladies hoarding. Tim. Got so much Tim in here. Julie, look. Isn't this cute? I don't know where I got it from. Don't ask me. I forgot. But this right here is full of ephemera. All kinds of stuff. So I destashed. I decluttered. Is that too close? But y'all get the gist of it. And it's full of stuff. When they came back to work and then shut down, happened 2 weeks later. I requested to be put on furlough and was told no. I was too good to go on furlough. Woo! I'll leave you playing on the TV. Oh, Dawn, thank you. Appreciate it. So these, of course, I know I got them because they're bees. I know they're all bees. Hummingbirds. I have a hummingbird that's on the porch. Comes around every morning. But these are beautiful. These are so pretty. And I hoard them and keep them because they're pretty. So we're going to use them. We're going to use them. These are window frames. I got them because they're oh, I'm looking at this. They probably came off Temu. These did, not these. These are Temu. These probably came from Hobby Lobby because Hobby Lobby got rid of a lot of Tim Holtz stuff, and they only have a slither of Tim Holtz now. This right here, don't know, something, things in here. Somebody probably get it in some Happy Mail. That, like, I know I got all this stuff for junk journals. I know I did. Look at these. Aren't these cute? They just the cutest. So those. So this is how I decluttered over the weekend. Found these. I remember cutting these. I had these circles cut out, and so I just painted on them. So we're going to do something with these, probably. Add them over here for prompt time. Mini. See how I take the paper and put mini portraits on it? Doesn't have to be that big, just mini. Dina Wakley collage. Dina Wakley chipboard. See the mini portraits that I did? I remember doing those last year. That's that. We have some more girls. Found some more Timmy girls. Look, just stuff. Stuff. More Timmy people. But my point is cluttered. It was cluttered. Now it's decluttered, so it has some organization about it. Has some organization about it, right? So let me put it back in here because it was organized. I love that sunflower journal. What sunflower journal? Bernadette? You talking about something I just... Look, now you got me thinking. No, I sent you something else, but... These sunflowers. Oh, sunflower. The sunflower. That one. Yep, some of these are pretty. And I think it was less 4. Yeah, 3. 3 of each. Yep, 3 of each. Can you come and organize mine for me? Han, aren't you in the UK? Yes, will. Send me a flight. I surely will. We don't even have to have a return flight. I will be happy to come. Surely will. I love organizing. I love, 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 love. All right, Julie. Go, but he'll check still. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for hanging out. So that is it. We're decluttering. So over here, found these. So keep in mind, guys, all this stuff is stuff that I had in a drawer that was cluttered. When I sat down on the floor and piled all this stuff out, I wouldn't even do a fast forward video. I wouldn't do a time lapse because I didn't want nobody to see me keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling, keep pulling. Like I kept pulling. I was just like, oh my goodness, that was ridiculous. Look at this. These I was looking for because I painted on these, and these were supposed to go in a journal, and now I found them. So there they are, and I put them all in here. So all this stuff goes in junk journals or journals. Like could be little pockets. I'm ready for the what do you call that thing? The God, what are these things called? These came from Illustrated Faith. I know that. Nope, these came from Rosie's School Days. These are library cards. These came from Illustrated Faith. Look at all this ephemera. Ain't even used it. I've challenged myself before October come. If I could afford a plane ticket, I would be paying to get over there to look after my friend. Oh, your friend is over here, is sick over here? And then there's that one. So we got a lot of yummy stuff in here. Yummy stuff, yummy stuff. Some more permission slips. I just like, Karen, you need to have your booty spanked. More chipboard. And I remember getting this chipboard because, yeah, I'm all things Dina Wakley. So that's what it is. It's all organized. And so check this out. This little box was a box that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now, this is what you do, guys. When Christmas is over with, and Christmas goes on sale like, 50, well, it's on 50% off now. But when it goes on sale 60, 70% off, grab you one of these little boxes. See, it has the little 1, 2, 6 holes, like little crates. And then paint it. All I did was I left but I painted the box. So you can't tell on either side it said Merry Christmas. You can't even tell it. So now I just pulled it out because it was somewhere, and I'm just like, oh, I could do that. So that's what that is. So that's another way to declutter as we're decluttering for the month of August. Yeah, she's in Alabama. She had a stroke a few months ago. Oh, what part of Alabama, Hen? I tell you. All right, we got that right there. This other thing I am definitely not going to pull up on the desk. Will not, but it's a one of those big old removable tray things. So this is my next junk journal that's coming up. These are the signatures. I'm going to do 4 signatures. Sheffield, Alabama. Why does that sound familiar? Sheffield, Alabama. Let's see. There's so many little small towns. Is that by Montgomery or Birmingham? Let's see. I will see. Huntsville. Yeah, I will be praying for her. It's North Alabama. Yeah, Muscle Shoals. Yeah, that's north of me. It's up by closer to, I think, Tennessee, maybe Birmingham area. Let's see. But I remember going through there, like when we probably came from what's that place? Alabama, Colorado. When I drove from Colorado, I feel like I came through there. I feel like I did. I feel like it. Yeah, yep, I did. Yep. It's a beautiful place too. It's a beautiful place. So, but these are papers that I got off of what's that place? Etsy. And I'm going to make it into a journal with some pretty stuff. So it will not be, I'm going to say it's not a junk journal, but I'm going to put some stuff in here that's going to be very, very pretty. So these ladies are going to be my signatures. They're going to be each chapter. And I'm super duper excited. This will be the cover. One of these will be the cover. I'm not sure which one I want. So this one's already commissioned for someone. So I'm not sure which one, but I can't let her choose. I have to choose for myself. So I'm excited about that. Oh, and Wednesday, I was supposed to find something for you guys. I found it after I got off the live. So this is the Caran Chronicles that we were talking about last week. And it's like the birthday announcement. So it's the Chronicles, like the newspaper Chronicles or what have you. And so Barb did this for my birthday in 2023. And I think it's I don't have to think about when it was. It was February 2023. And it's a birthday announcement. The beautiful Karen McCoy just celebrated her 55th birthday on February 17th, 2023. So if I ever forget about how old I am, I can always go back to this. Because I stop counting sometimes. She is an amazing watercolor artist, mother of 7, ranch owner, and mentor to grief and finding joy in the journey. I thought that she's just so cute. And then when you open it up, she had asked me all these questions, and I was just like, oh, okay. And then I was still considering a fabulous trip to Greece. And then I started so she's starting, what I started is nearing spring. So it's time to start a flower garden, which I did, and it is blooming still to this day. I was finishing meditations are a great way to begin your day but Caran already did hers. Morning meditations. And celebrating being saved by grace, and as a daughter of Christ, Caran has found the way to find joy in the journey. And then she put this one: I would choose to find joy in the journey that God has set before me. And grateful for, I am the real McCoy. I am grateful for my mind and strength to encourage others. And then she put pictures. She was just so cute. And on the back, Caran is watching, at the time I was watching The Good Fight. It is a spinoff of the sequel of The Good Wife. It was a great and amazing show. And at the time I was reading a book called Creative Confidence. I have since read it again. It's a great book, Creative Confidence. The title alone is everything. I would like to read this book too. And so that's what Barb did. It's the Caran Chronicles, and that's what she did for me for my birthday. We ain't done yet. Y'all thought she was done? Mm-mm. So I was listening to Napoleon Hill on YouTube, Think and Grow Rich. I was crafting, working on a junk journal. As you can find, Caran slapping paint on paper every day. Feeling joy. I'm so happy Caran is feeling joy. She has lived a life of grief, pain, and loss. Thankful she can choose joy every single day. Planning. I was planning a trip to the beach. And as right now, I'm planning another trip to the beach. And loving myself. It's a blessing to be alive. Wanting. Living on 10 acres of land in Alabama, Caran would love to add and wants horses. That would be pure joy. I'm still wanting my horses. And now I want Highland cows. Thinking, slapping paint on paper is a love language for Caran, so she's always thinking of new flowers, and is. Trying, watercolors is Caran's go-to paint, but she would also like to try new mediums. You've got this, Caran. See, even encouragement. And since then, I've tried new watercolors and new mediums. So we have done all the things. So I thought that was cute. And that's what Barb did. She did the Caran Chronicles. And so I told you guys it was somewhere, it was looking at me while I was looking for it. And because I decorated with it. Isn't it the cutest thing? But I have a thing over here that I have all my, let me show you. So if you've ever sent me anything like tag form or anything that's beautiful, anything that I can decorate, I have put it on this ring. Well, it's a what do you call it? Embroidery. It's an embroidery ring. And now that I'm going to be learning embroidery, I might take this off and put this somewhere else. But it was on here. I had it on here. It was stuck on here with these. Because all these are my pretty tags that either I've made to have to send out for people whenever I want to send some pretty happy mail, or ATCs that got put on there. So it's my pretty thing. Things from when I went to LaQuisha's retreat in Maryland, and we made these beautiful cards, and all the people that printed out pictures. So they're on there, and so that's where it was, over there with pretty things. See how you take paper, and I turned some of my artwork into a tag and put her sentiment on it. So a lot of these I did a couple years ago here on YouTube when I was just doing some things. So yeah, so that's where it was, over there with all these beautiful things. My grandchildren, beautiful card, me, yep. Daughter-in-law, after they came, we made a tag with all pictures and stuck them on there. And then these were some tag swaps from Avis. Avis always makes some beautiful tags. Now look at this. When we used to have to swap tags, I used to be like, oh my goodness, my tags are nothing like this when I send it back. But again, you have to get out of the mindset of thinking about what your stuff looks like, because these are what my tags was looking like. But that's what I was. That's where I was coming from. So yeah, that's where it was. It was over there. And I will put it back. Now hopefully I'll remember where it was. We're going to sit it right here. It's been on my desk so I can show it to you guys. Okay, the last thing that I wanted to share as we are decluttering. See, all of these things are going in the theme. Remember, we're talking about Feng Shui. Feng Shui. Feng Shui, right? We're trying to get our flow, create our open pathways. We don't want no tripping habits. We don't want you walking through the studio. And I know some people, when I hear them on live, and they're like, I got stuff everywhere. No tripping habits. Clear the walkway, clear the pathway, right? Even if it's like nicely, just we don't want you to fall, right? So, and the elements that balance the 5 natural elements of nature are wood, fire, earth, what was the other? Metal, and water. So none of these dominate the world or dominate you. Like we're not 100%. We're a lot of water. We got a lot of, I don't think we personally are wood and fire, but sometimes you get hot enough, you feel like you're on fire. But you just want to think, that's the whole thing behind Feng Shui, is it's a heart. It's Feng Shui, what it looks like, how you place the furniture. And where I'm talking about it is how you place your thoughts in your mind. So this here fabric, I tell y'all, I get fabric pieces from Hobby Lobby when they, done all the things, and then this is the leftover. But it's the Lord's Prayer. Our Father in heaven, hallowed be your name. So I'm going to use this cover for, it's going to be a journal. I'm going to make an art journal with with watercolor paper. And this is going to be the cover. Isn't this beautiful? And it looks like it's a little less than a yard. I think it might be. I'm not good with measuring whatever it is, but I think it's a little less than a yard. Might be right at, but that was that. So I got that from there. So Feng Shui in your mind. Think about your mind when you're trying to declutter, right? When you want to declutter your thought system, and you're like, what in the world am I going to do? What in the world did that go? Hold on. Okay. Oh, well, that left me. That went over. Okay, that's that. So for today, I wanted to share all of that because it was Monday. And I wanted to kind of take my time. And I know it's like we're going to talk and we're going to chat. And then some people are just like, wait, is she not going to slap no paint on paper? I am. That's why I said today was going to be a little different. I was just going to let it flow the way it flows. And, oh, yeah, I got my embroidery kit, too, because I told y'all I'm learning embroidery. Isn't this packaging beautiful? So, and this paper, I cannot wait to use this paper. Look at that. I'm not going to hoard it. I want to. I'm going to email her and ask her, where'd you get the paper? I need this paper. This paper is beautiful. So, but I'm going to learn embroidery, and I'm excited about that. And guys, if you pay attention to the things that I'm adding to my life, it's things that's going to help me, for one, be calm. It's things that's going to help me have a playful bridge, so that sometimes the most powerful thing that I'm going to do for myself is have decluttering tools so that I can declutter some things. Now, my whole thing is not to take on new things that I'm not going to let go of some of the old things. That's why I wanted to declutter in August, because I start embroidery at the end of August, right at the beginning of September. So I'm excited about that, and that's going to work out great. I'm telling you, it's going to be amazing. Okay, now I thought about it, and I think I'm going to do one whole sheet of paper. I was trying to decide if I was going to cut it in half, but I think I'm going to do one whole sheet of paper. And we're going to use blue. So today is Monday, and for those that want to share and put in the chat, what is your color for today? Remember, we do colors to the color that makes you, not that it's making you feel bad, blue, sad, sick, or whatever, but pick a color. And then if it's because you are feeling, oh wait, like I'm choosing blue, not because it's blue making me feeling blah, but because blue is one of my powerful colors, one of my power colors. Red and pink. Red with a little bit of pink, which today I have pink and red on, as a matter of fact. And it's not that the outfit, yeah, I guess you could say. I got a lot of compliments today. the little, I'm not gonna call him little, but this gentleman and we went to Waffle House, and I needed to go where I could eat fast. And so as I was in there, the gentleman, he's he said, the lady complimented my dress first. His wife complimented my dress. So I just want to let you know, you're just, your dress is just, you're just so cute today. You're just so bright and springy. You just make me feel good. I was just like, oh, thank you. Good morning, Di. How are you? And so I was just like, oh, thank you. And so the man came behind her and said, listen, yes, you're all those things, right? But you're so dignified sitting there. Look at you. You're sitting there. I was sitting there. I really wasn't paying any attention. It's just me as being a lady, right? And I had my legs crossed, and he paid attention to everything. He's like, you have your legs crossed, and you're just sitting there, and you're just so sophisticated. And I was just like, well, thank you. As I looked at the wife, because like I'm like, oh, buddy, just like, but he was very sincere, and it's just like, and I took it as a compliment because, some people can't take a compliment. And I said thank you and just left it alone. And that was that. And then when William came in, he was like, you came to get her, huh? And, and I hadn't even shared, I don't think I shared with William what he's, what they had said. But sometimes it just takes people just to notice you, just to say hello. You're very, you look cute or whatever. Just give somebody a hello or a little, whatever. I don't know. So when you're thinking about decluttering the mind and decluttering your life and decluttering whatever, clutter, it's just delayed decisions wearing dust, right? Just delayed decisions. Now I could have went back and be like, oh, this old thing, or, I just pulled it out of the closet or whatever, from my declutter mindset, but I didn't. Because I'm already over here working on my mindset, that I just said, thank you. Oh, thank you. And I let them know I really, really, really appreciated them telling me that I was cute. Not only was I cute, I was sophisticated looking and very dignified. Just thank you. And that was it. So I was just like, all right. So in your walk every day, while we're decluttering for the month of August in your life, and we're talking about Feng Shui. So remember, don't worry about Feng Shui and like what in the world, I can hear, hey Pam, hey Mama Juju, I can hear her talking about Feng what the hell? I can hear her saying it, right? We're not worrying about the gist of what it is. We just want to use it as a metaphor. We want to use it as a mental metaphor, right? That means we want to playfully use it so that we can rearrange some things. Because remember, Feng Shui is just in its placement is where furniture, doors, or objects are positioned, right? Where your bed is, like where your desk is in your office, or where whatever it is, right? So think about that in your mind. We're going to use the mind. We're going to Feng Shui the mind. That's what we're doing. That is all we're doing. Is decluttering the mind without losing your mind. And we're going to rearrange it through the thought process of Feng Shui. That's it. I guess it. That's it. Nothing else. So now that you've gotten that, the little play on words, think about what needs to be taken out of your mind. It's Monday. What needs to be taken out of your mind? Like literally. I think we're going to go up and down. Let's go up and down. I just showed y'all all the things, like I pulled out a drawer of things. I'm sorry, not a drawer. It was those little plastic things that you buy. Like think about when you take the kids to college. And my son had it when he went to college. And I pulled that sucker out. And so I had it here in the studio. And each drawer was full up. Now, mind you, I have remember I told you I have 3-4 bags that I've gotten rid of stuff. Now, what I showed you in that little thing that now sits right here on my desk, right? That's what's left. So I decluttered the rest of it. I didn't want to be in overwhelm, knowing that if I put all of that back in there, my mind would have been in overwhelm. I'd have been like, every time I got ready to do a journal or want something, I'd have thought about that. Then I had to get up. I want it to be right here close to me so that when I do it, doing a junk journal or doing something, it will be right there, right? And so that's the whole point about when you're thinking about your mindset is what can you do without? Like make a list. Like what counts as clutter? Because what counts as clutter for me might not count as clutter for you, right? I told y'all when I was on with Pam, I think Friday, I was like, I am a recovering, I say it this way, I am a recovering OCD person, like, and it's CDO, right? And that was because I was needing to be in control. That's all OCD is. It's the need to be in control things. And I got worse after my daughter died, my daughter and granddaughter, because I couldn't control death, but I could control what went on in my house, how it goes in my house, how it looks in my house, how it sits in my house, if it even came in the house. So my husband never complained, but sometimes I'll be like, Karen, is it that serious? And then I started asking myself that a little much. So when I would go and have my counseling session, I'd be like, you know what? I'm getting on my own damn nerves. And then he'd be like, well, now that's a problem if you're getting on your own nerves, right? So I was like, I need to figure out why it's gotten worse. And it had gotten worse. Like raising my kids, it was worse. It was bad, but it wasn't as bad as now I can tell you as it was when I lost my daughter. That was where we found out the root cause is I couldn't control her dying. I couldn't control none of that. So the other things that I could control, I controlled the heck out of. So that's how that came about. You want to control, you say you want to, your hubby fishing poles? No, Juju, you can't control his fishing poles. It has to be your stuff. He probably might want to say he want to control something of yours, and then what will we say? Thank God I don't have that problem. I have a whole space. I've been totally blessed that if Mr. McCoy comes down here, he ain't coming down here to tell me I got to get rid of or move nothing. If anything, he coming down here to help me organize it and put up a cabinet or put some more furniture down here. But to say, nope, you can't have nothing else in that room, nope, not the case. I still have room, and I like to see the floor. So that's what I'm saying when I'm talking about decluttering the mind. Mental clutter. That's what I'm talking about. Don't overthink it. And don't replay conversations. Don't bother hubby's fishing poles. Don't do it. Right? But think about things like this. Do you have, I think I asked the question Wednesday, do you have an unfinished to-do list? Do you have, like, in your thought process, like some what ifs? Like, what if I do this? What if I did that? Or should I do this? Or, the woulda, coulda, shoulda. So things sway your mind. That's what I'm talking about. Because all that stuff is just, it's just stuff that's up there. Like, we have great intentions. And women, y'all know, we can hold some stuff up there in the head. We can definitely do it. We can do it. Well, those are pretty. So I want you to think about the thoughts that take up most space in your mind right now. And if you would, put in the chat that color. Like, pick a color. I think Pam put pink. I think I saw pink. I need to scroll back. Maybe I didn't. I thought I saw something about pink. I know the messy palette. I know Di didn't put it in there, not pink. Di, I was thinking about Beth. I wasn't thinking about you, but I was thinking about you roundabout with Beth. But I dare not would have sent the video to you. I sent it to Beth. But Hobby Lobby has those things on sale, and they had rows and like a whole shelf of them. And I just looked at them and laughed. I was like, oh my goodness. If Beth was in here, I know she'd take a picture and send this to Di. I sent it to her, so hopefully she didn't send it to you. Pink and neon yellow. Now, pink and neon yellow. Now, Kim, if you would like to share, why neon yellow? Or maybe I should be asking pink. Because see, pink, like today I have on pink and purple, I mean red and pink. They're just pretty colors. But when I think about neon yellow, that is that's something I would put to make sure I pay attention to, like that section. Let's say let's say I have a lot, as a matter of fact, I have a lot of neon yellow right over on the left side of my studio. I have a yellow duck. I have a yellow picture that I've painted. Yellow is my color. And neon, some of the things, I have a neon yellow thing that's sitting right over there. And it's my happy color. Yellow is my happy color. So that's interesting. I'll always like to know why people like yellow. And mine is, it's my happy color. It's my happy color after coming out of a funk though. The way neon blends with pink like a hot, oh, nice. Insert eye roll. Okay. Well, at least I didn't show it to you. I started to pull it out and show it to you because it's a video. But I just like, look at these things. And there was a punk rock one. I was like, but these are kind of cute. They weren't bad looking. But, okay, I got the eye roll. I'll leave it alone. And wheel. Oh, I didn't want you to go that way. Okay, let's slide you that way and slide you that way. Kind of come around this way and swoop you up that way. There you go. Boom, just pop up in there. Yep. And then they got some with Christmas, because you know Christmas is out in Hobby Lobby. So they got some Christmas ones out. And I was just like, and here's the thing, Doc, I never paid those things any attention until y'all started talking about them. Okay, we're going to have you kind of come out there and kind of poke you right there. This brush right here, I guess you can say it's kind of daggerish, but I don't know. I don't like to call it a dagger brush. Somebody asked me, was it a dagger brush? And I don't really like to call it a dagger brush. But I guess it's closer to a dagger brush, though. But I do like the way Di described it. The tip and the heel. I did like that. Because I always said the head, the butt, but it never really formulated for me. But I haven't taught anybody how to use this brush other than squiggle, 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 and zoop. That's about it for me. I have a wall unit full of blue glass, and in amongst all of the tones of blue is a bright yellow. Wow, really? I bet that's pretty. I have all crystal. Living in Germany, I collected crystal. Crystal, crystal, crystal. And in the middle of all the crystal is red birds. So it's all crystal, and all of my shrunk, as they call those things in Germany. And it's a red bird. Red bird. And then on the other side, there's purple flowers that my son gave me one year for Mother's Day. So it's going to definitely stay there because he's no longer here with me anymore. Those will forever stay in there. But I am kind of getting over my shrunk, though. And that's only because I don't think it goes with my country chic anymore. That's it. I really feel like it needs to be in a different room. But I don't have, it won't go any, can't go anywhere else here. Okay, I like that. I like that. Boom, that's pretty. Let's swoop you over there. But yeah, so Hobby Lobby has Christmas on sale already. It's 50% off. And I think I want to do me a blush Christmas tree this year. I always start talking about Christmas before Christmas get here. And for all those that you maybe don't know, December, my both of my children who have passed on, their birthday, both of them birthday is December the 17th. So I will probably be on here on live like I was last year for their birthday, so that I won't be a hot mess. And the last couple of years, I've been hanging out on YouTube. That's how it really got started, is me trying to celebrate their life over here on YouTube. There we go. So that's how we declutter my mind. That's literally how I do all this stuff, right? So when you think about the art of arranging your space, like your mind, your balance, your flow, and then all of this goes into your energy. Like as I'm painting these flowers and all these different shades of blue and applying it to like the thoughts, like the cluttered thoughts in my mind, like what's tripping my thoughts up. Right now, there's absolutely nothing that's tripping my thoughts up because I did this whole thing like literally the beginning of August. I was just like, oh, we're going to feng shui the mind. That is awesome. Right. And so when doing it for myself, it cleared the pathway to peace. So I was like, oh my goodness, forget about feng shui in a house and some furniture. I like the mind. But that's all of what it's supposed to do too. So as you're moving things around, but I want you to do a mental, like in your space. And I know most of us, we have our own space, we have our studios, and we have things. And we have already been talking about, doing some things, moving some things, making it so our space is happy for us. And which one of okay, this one might work. And so that is what I want you to think about, right? My brother's birthday. Oh, is it? Oh, yep. And my dad's birthday is December the 18th, and he's passed on as well. So, so Christmas, we would always, we had our, what do you call it, things to do. We would always buy a live Christmas tree on my children's birthday. And so now, after they died, after they had passed away, each one, they're 12 years apart. They're 7 years apart in birth, and they're 12 years apart in death. So I had kind of gotten back in this, kind of tried to do some Christmas. It took me about 3-4 years after my daughter though, because that was rough. So it just took me a minute to get my life back. It wasn't that bad after my son, but I would still be sad. So I'd be putting up lights and putting up tree and crying my butt off. Oh, your dad's is December the 18th? Look at all, we got all this stuff in common in here. Yay, so we're going to celebrate. So we're going to have, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to have, this year again, I'm going to have an all-day party here on YouTube in memory of my son, my daughter, and my dad. His birthday was the 18th, but we're going to do it on the 17th. I always do it on the 17th. So, and that works out. Okay, does everybody have a partner? Do you have a partner? Doop, 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 doop. No, we need 2 lines to come right there. You come down there, and doop, 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 doop. All right, we got to get one through there. Everybody has to have a line, got to have a partner. Got to have as many lines as we have flowers. This is pretty, and this is going to be even better when it dries. Okay, I need a lighter. Let's do that one. Let's do it. So that's what we're doing. Okay, so team replay, if you're here, team replay, if you're here still at this time, thank you for hanging out. Thank you for joining. And if you are, and you have not subscribed to the channel, and anything that you have seen that you've enjoyed, or maybe something just kind of, made you want to just like, hey, I need to hang out with these peeps. They're pretty cool, even in the chat. I think I have my chat to replay with my replay. I think I do. But if you're not subscribed to the channel, do subscribe to the channel. I would love to hang out with you. Love for you to come and hang out with us live if you like. But if you're just team replay and you like being team replay, I do appreciate you. I do. And I would love for you guys to start, if you do any painting or do anything, hashtag slapping paint on paper, put it in the community so I can, see that, what you're doing. If you're doing anything that maybe I inspire you to do some great and wonderful things, I just would love to see what you do. And it does not have to be perfect. Don't say, oh, I don't paint like you. Nope. And you're not supposed to. Remember, I shared Bitty Penny's cards, and for those that didn't get to see, she's on a tray. That's how beautiful they are. Hold on, let me put that down because I don't want no paint on them. But they're on a tray. I'm not gonna say I can't make cards like Bitty Penny. I'm just not gonna stress my heart, because I think I would stress myself. Maybe not this one and this one, but this one, baby, that card is beautiful. Yes, we put them on platters. We put it on a platter. She's sitting right here. They're sitting there watching me. Flat paint on paper. So yeah, I'm trying to do more with my community. I am on all the platforms. If you're new here and you don't know, I am on all the platforms. But if you want to engage and hang out, I'm mostly over here on YouTube. Like, I go to Instagram, maybe, but I'm mostly over here hanging out with my YouTube peeps. I'm either on one of their channels, one on their replays. We're just over here encouraging each other to be great and to declutter the mind. And we're supporting each other on our journeys of all the things. Oh, you know what, Paula K? I'm glad your name just popped up there. Paula K do cards like that too. Paula K got them Gina K cards. That's why her name Paula K. Gina K, Paula K, get it? Mm-hmm. Posted a haul video on Saturday. Oh, I gotta go check that out, Maddie. Oh, gotta go see. Today is Monday. Okay, yeah, I was thinking this one. Oh, that is pretty. What color was that? That was turquoise. What was that? The lid, the bottom. Oh, cerulean blue. And that cerulean blue is by Sennilier. See, I like that one. Now, I'd used that one. I didn't like that one. But that one is divine. I think I might have to say my color for today is Sennilier blue. Cerulean blue. Look at that. Let's drag that down there and look at that. Let's let that show off. That's really pretty. So I took Willow, because y'all know we got a new puppy on the ranch. So Willow got to have her first raw food today. And she loved it. Shared some items you inspired me to purchase. Oh, I inspired. See, I like inspired. Isn't inspired better than that other word? And we're going to use them too. You back on a no buy? Yep. Well, we're on a Mr. McCoy bought me I'll wait till it comes and then I'll share it with you guys. I'm not going to tell you what it was. I'm not going to tell you. I'll wait. But I just feel like I want to. But I'll wait. It should be here this week. I think. But you're going to love it. You're going to love it. It's something that I needed. It's not something I wanted. It's something that I needed. So that makes it a little different. Oh, that's pretty. Look at that color. So I was looking at the Waltons. Y'all know I've been watching the Waltons. I've been doing a lot of TV. Well, when I'm here in the studio, I'm usually watching something as I create. And especially when if I'm creating in a space where if I've gotten sad, then I'll usually find something to make me, find some joy or, something good. I don't watch anything sad or, whatever. But so the Waltons have been my go-to, along with the new Sex in the City. I think it's like that or something. I don't even know the name of it, but I was looking at it yesterday, and I was just like, not yesterday, Saturday. I was like, why in the heck am I looking at this? It just came up to a scene, and I just didn't understand the purpose of it. And I was just like, I'm confused. That's all I said. And I love the show. I love Carrie. I love the way she dresses and all the things about her. I just love it. But just some of the scenes in it, I was confused. That's all I'm going to say about that. If you've been watching it or you watch it and it's your thing, I'm going to be like Beth was on her live. If it's your thing, then great. I don't mean to offend or say anything, but it just was just a little confusing. And a couple of their not even the whole show, just a couple scenes was a little, well, darn, did I cut porn on? Was my, yeah, and just like that. That's it. So I was like, what the world? So that's where I was. I was just like, okay. I just didn't remember. And then I thought about it. I was like, well, you remember how the original was? I said, I guess I forgot. As I put my grown hand over my head, I just forgot. Okay, that's going out that way. See, this is turning out. And you see how I was trying to be very careful about how I put the flowers for balance and flow, so that when I look at this, it gives me energy. I didn't want it to be cluttered. And now that I'm looking at it, I can literally, I'll run my hands up it and see that it's going to have some kind of angle the way it goes. And that's the whole purpose behind my understanding of Feng Shui. Feng Shui, right? So, type yes in the chat if you've ever tried to rest, but your mind is still going. It's still rearranging your thoughts. It's still rearranging furniture at 2 a.m. and you're trying to go to sleep. So type yes. If you can relate to that, type yes. Put yes in the comments, right? Me, that's me. That's why I had to start giving myself a bedtime. I started putting myself in the bed at 8 so that way I can be pretty much trying to close down my mind by 10, right? And then I realized I'd start going to bed with my phone on Juju and try it. I have not made it to after dark, after dark, because I usually fall asleep on and then I realized the other night I was still up and I was just like, oh no, we gotta cut this off. I gotta cut it off. Because if I didn't, I was going to be up till 2 o'clock in the morning. And that used to be me. Like Pam, when we were talking and you were saying your thing is night, that used to be me. And I couldn't function during, and I wasn't doing I didn't have to people either, but I wasn't being able to function for the little bit of online peopling that I was doing, right? So I had to learn how to rearrange my thoughts so that I could have better flow. That is why I don't go to bed until I'm falling. Yeah, see, and that's why I say I get it. And the thing for me is the TV. If the TV is on, I'm watching the TV. I'll fall asleep. And then I'll have the remote literally right there. All I do is push the button and cut it off. And I'll go right on back to sleep. What the TV does, it's that white noise thing. It's the noise. It's not me. I'm watching TV and I'm engaged and listening at what the Waltons, because I'm usually watching the Waltons, what they're talking about. It's not a whole bunch of bang, bang, shoot 'em up. It's the Waltons. You know what I'm saying? It's not going to be too crazy. It's good night, John Boy. Good night, Elizabeth. Good night, Mom and Dad. And last night, Grandma and Grandpa was having their little tay-to-tay and having their little arguments and things, and it still wasn't a whole lot, right? But I had to shut the mind down. I had to practice mindfulness. I used to go to bed after my son died, and I would like wonder, like when he was, when they finally told me, like, he didn't pass away until he like got to the hospital. It's like my whole thought process is, were they lying to me? Like all of these things was in my mind, and I was driving myself crazy, y'all. Driving myself crazy. And then it's just like, well, what was on his mind when he died? Like, I just like, did he die alone? And then when I finally talked to the district attorney, and she's like, no, the nurse that was with him, she reassured me to reassure you that he didn't die alone. And he gave information to her that he knew who had did this. And I was just like, oh. So those were thoughts. But after that, I still went on. It was like once I figured out what something was and decided, okay, that didn't belong in my mind anymore. It's still something else. I didn't stop doing the mind stuff until January of this year, y'all. I started grieving my son really this year and some parts of my daughter, because I really realized as I was rearranging all of these thoughts, it was just like, Karen, the decluttering of your mind needs to stop. You need to silence your thoughts. And so I had to tell myself, you need to put this where it belongs, which is why I start journaling everything, which is why I wrote a book already on life after death. Beyond my tears, life after the death of my son. I had to get it out. How are you feeling? How was I feeling? Journaling more. And hence is how I come across all of the things right here that I'm talking about on my YouTube channel Mondays and Wednesdays. It's a real thing. It's not something that, in my counseling book, it says to talk about this or it says to talk about that. Well, it probably does, but I'm giving you real accounts of what's happened in my life. Same, Karen, need TV background or even YouTube. Yeah. Yep. After retiring a few months ago, I don't have a bedtime. I need a routine because I'm tired in the daytime. But see, that's a little different. So you retired a few months ago. So I think you deserve to not have to worry about a bedtime right now. And I think your body probably will fall right back into it if you need it to. I know Mr. McCoy, It doesn't matter. He retired. He can get off from work. He has to like do all the things driving home, all the things to stay woke. Now sleep is not a problem for him, not a problem. I was like, I wish I could go to sleep like that. Like, I don't get it. He can sit on the porch and we be sitting out there talking, and all of a sudden I don't hear nothing. It's because I look down there and he be done nodded off while we sitting on the porch rocking. But I can't say nothing. I mean, it's so peaceful. It's so quiet out here. So this is why I'm saying have random like leave the party. Find something that you can kind of sound, close the noise out. I don't look like background noise. You don't like background noise. Yeah, that TV, gotta have it. And this is another thing. Remember I told y'all I have sleep movies? Now, if I put a sleep movie on, I don't need it to be loud because I'll be watching it and I already know. I already know. I've seen the movie probably like maybe 60, 70 times. And so I don't need to. Driving Miss Daisy, I don't need it. I know what it is. Know what it is. And that's how that works out. So it doesn't matter with Driving Miss Daisy. I know, Miss Daisy or, The Devil Wears Prada. I just have movies like The Other Woman. It's actually a sleep movie. I don't know it word for word, but I can pretty much tell. If I look at a movie if I cut on a movie that I have not seen, or if I cut on a movie that I've only seen 2 or 3 times, then I'm going to be vested to watch it. So that's why I cannot put a movie on that I haven't seen. I mean, that I haven't really seen numerous times. My other movie was, Fried Green Tomatoes. And there's another one. What is that other one? The Proposal. That's definitely one I don't have to hear. I can just have it on. And the good thing is when I say William, Mr. McCoy can sleep through anything. He can sleep through anything. So I have TV on and he starts snoring. I'll be like, oh, the TV's not bothering him. Because that's one of my things. Like, I'll cut it off, but I'll be sitting there. I'll be laying there tossing and turning. So, and then he'll start moving, but he doesn't move when the TV's on, so it doesn't bother him. So you just gave me peace about Joshua. I was so thinking of that. Yeah, Bernadette, it was one of those things that I guess I need to have like a conversation with more people to kind of give y'all a little bit more of a, if there are any things that y'all want to ask me, that y'all can. I mean, feel free to always, call me and ask me, because I don't want y'all to be thinking that y'all can't ask me or we can't talk about it, because you already know I love talking about Joshua. I love talking about him. Definitely the good times, but his last days and his timing, I needed that. I mean, as a mother, I just needed that. So you, like I said, the village, you are part of the village. So if there's anything else you think you need to know or you want to ask, just, hey, we can have a whole conversation. Surely can. Sorry, that was a sidebar for Bernadette, y'all. Bernadette Gordon, that's in the chat, she's part of the village. So losing my son and my daughter, she lost as well. So takes a village, or at least in my time, I needed a village. Okay, ladies, gotta leave. See you Wednesday. All right, so thank you. That's why I said today it's going to be, if you got to go, you got to go. But for me, I'm going to hang out a little bit, slap some paint on some paper, because I just felt good today. Because why? I Feng Shui'd the mind. I decluttered some things over the weekend in my studio without losing my mind. Paula Kay said I need background noise to sleep. Sometimes I put those old-time radio drama shows on. Yes. Hey, who knows that girl? You remember that girl? And Prime, if you have Prime has been, I don't know if it's just me, but they've been like giving me all of them. That girl, it was another one that I was looking at, and I was just like, but I realized I had them on and I wanted to watch them. So I couldn't have them on. So I'll play them when I'm here in the studio. Oh, that's pretty. That's cute. Put that up there a little bit. There we go. Okay, we're going to leave this alone now. I think I'm going to let it dry. Juju, I'm not going to slap gesso on this one. This one's pretty. Not that the other one wasn't pretty, but the blue. I like this one, the blue. And it'll probably, I'll scan it. I'll probably scan this one after it dries. I'll probably let it dry. That's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. And then we had the girls. Oh, Di, since you're here, look, my next journal. These are the signatures of my girls. I printed these off of Etsy. So these are going to be the signature covers of my chapters. For those that don't know junk journal signatures, that's what we call chapters of a book. And we're gonna print them out. Gonna get them going. Gonna get them going. One of these are gonna be the cover. I'm not sure. I'm gonna gesso the girl. Like, she's gonna get covered up with gesso, and I'm gonna kind of put gesso on there so that her face kind of pops out, and maybe butterflies. But she's gonna get to where she pops out, and then something else is kind of gonna go down there. She's gonna get this cover, whichever one. I think I just probably just said which one it's gonna be. I think it's gonna be her. I like her. I don't think if I put gesso on her, this one will work. I think this one's it. I think I kind of just chose that. Look at that. Boom. And did. And then I'm going to take, that's why I pulled out these chipboards. Because I'm going to take some of these chipboards. These right here. I had a bird. I got to find, I don't know where it's at. But kind of take this. And see, this where this was going today. It was like, once I slap paint on paper, it's going to go with it. I got another one I'm going to do. But I was going to take this. That one's not open. I had one open. Oh, where is it? Not that it matters. Yes, it does. There we go. So, just imagine she's gesso. You won't see none of this down here. And the bird, the gesso will be like, this is going to be covered up, and then I'm going to put like the bird right there. So just imagine, just use your anointed imagination, and that's going to be covered up. And then I'm going to put the bird's going to be, it's going to get gesso, and then I'll probably, like, over the gesso, when the gesso dries, then we'll probably put some sky to make it look like the bird is kind of like in a distance, right? Kind of. It's in my mind. Now, if it don't work out, I'll print out another one, because this is already on some thing. But that's what I want. And I can't put it up there because I want the butterflies to be up there. So those butterflies are there. And I'm also going to find some more butterflies I'm going to cut out and make them 3D butterflies. So it's going to be a very busy, active cover kind of thing. Super excited about it. But that's why I know that it's time to get it done, because it started talking to me. And as it's been talking to me, y'all, if you know me, I told you guys, I won't pick up a journal and do it until it starts talking to me. So this one is going on. This one's already being made for someone. So that one's already done. And then there is the B one that I have. They cut all these bushes down across the street, and you can see straight across over there, and it just looks so funny. Okay, yellow is next. But there is this one. And I've already gotten the paper. So let's pull we already got some little dangles that's going to go on there. B that's going to go on there. Another little dangle that's going to go on there. A little light bulb kind of thing. Industrial looking kind of light bulb that's going to hang from there. So that's going to be some stuff that's going to be on it. Got some papers, some old ledger. And I'm going to probably round the pages, round the corners off with my rounder. And then put some vintage photo on it, maybe, to make it look a little bit more. But that's that. I've already cut out some thingies. These are some little cards that's going to go in the pockets that I've already done. Made these out of my, remember I was telling you guys about my, what are those things? My Chick-fil-A boxes. These were made from Chick-fil-A boxes. So cute, so cute. And some tags. We're going to put some pockets, have some tags to go in the pockets. Because the person who is going to get this, they can have their prayers, put their prayers on there, or their journals on the back, whatever they want to do. They'll have plenty of places if they choose to want to write. Most people have told me my journals are so pretty that they can't write in them. And I'd be like, really? Okay, I need to junk it up a little bit more, I guess. But I do put a lot of places to write. I do, because I want you to write on it. I want it to be like you found this journal in the attic and you want to write in it. So, and all of these were made from Chick-fil-A boxes. So, it also has family history. So that's that. Then we have the pages, because it's going to be a bee journal. So we got some more bee pages. All of these are like the pages. Writing space. Blank lines mean write, right? That's what I think. Declutter. I want them to put out, I want them to be able to put the thoughts. Like I want them to declutter their mind. Like silence the thoughts, right? And give them plenty of writing spaces. But these pages, oh, just beautiful. Oh, I can't take it out of order. I put them in, took me too long to put them in order. Let me do it this way, because they're double-sided. So there they go. There you go. So you know I love bees. I love bees because a bee is so strong. And they fly around with those tiny little wings and carry that big old body with those tiny little wings. That is why I love bees. Now, do I like them to hang out with them? No. Do I want to hang out with them? No. But look at them, right? So you think about it when somebody says, oh, you're just a bee, and just be like, oh, thank you for the compliment, right? Because that means the strength, the power that you have. Heading home from the office, we'll catch the remainder on replay. All right, Paula K, thank you. I will see you later. Look at the color. My printer, got my printer back to printing. Fabulous. So it printed out great. Now I can print out that lace that dye had, because it printed out ugly before. So that's that. So these pages are so pretty. And then I put a little bit of vintage, not vintage. I can't remember what the distress oxide was that I put on here to make it look a little more vintagey. And then this girl, I did this page. This is another girl that I had. And I put her on there and then gessoed around her to make her look like she got printed out on the page, and then put BU there. That's a sentiment. So we had started working on it, and then after I finished certain parts, see, this is what my printer was doing. But I decided to leave it in there because it made me look like the lights got cut off. And, you know, he's in the kitchen, and so still look cute. Blank page. Oh. Something's going to get cut. Wasn't sure. Because it's a cardstocky. And so more of the pages. Oh, and see this side and that side. This is probably like where I'll probably make some pockets. Put pocket so you can slide that in there when you fold it. So that could possibly be that way. And then really not grunge it up, but kind of grunge it up, I guess, yes. Go over it and really make it look, I want it to really look like somebody found it in the attic. Like I want it to really look like old. So right now it still looks new. I'm gonna probably have to do what Jen did. Get something and beat it up. Bang on it. The clock. See, there's some these pages were just so, this kit was just beautiful. Can't remember who it was. And then I just printed the other side on the back. So everyone has something on the back. And none of them at this point in time, the only thing that's repeated is the back. But all of these on one side is the same. I mean, it's not the same. They're different. and which is why I ran out and had to just go and put lines. And yeah, so that's that. So that is the next journal. So working on two. So this one is the bee journal, and then the girl journal. They're two separate journals. This one, the bee journal, is not being made for someone. Like the girl journal is a commission piece that I'm doing for someone. So it's already sold before it's done. Her. But the bee journal, once I finish with it, it will be in my shop at slappingpaintonpaper.com. So, Barb, if you're still here, if you could put that in the chat, that'd be great, because I never put it in there. So, I like them, but I just want them to be a little bit more yellowed up, kind of like this page. So, and y'all, every time you see a basket, just say, thank you, Dawn. Because Dawn has all my baskets that I have, they are because Dawn was like, oh, you can do this and put it in a basket. And I was like, oh, I didn't think about that. I don't know why. And I had baskets, so I repurposed them. But all of my little elements, little things, little ladies, all the little thingies. So I fussy cutted them. Fussy cut. And I was fussing and cutting then. But now I know how to fussy cut. For sure. So now it's a little different. But look at these. These are so cute. So these will go on the page, whatever. Whenever this is the part that I let talk to me. I don't really just go and put it in there. It's just like, hey, like honey. Of course, honey can go somewhere. But look, if it goes on there. I'm super excited. So I'm a little excited, like, to do this one now. But all the little things we put in here, that's going to go in here. They're all in here. And some other things that are down here. Oh, my little book. This was supposed to go in my book for my Dear Prompt. That's where it went. Dear Prompt was in there. My thing was book. One of the prompts was book. And I made a book out of little paper. So let's put that over there. But so that's that. So that's why I say I got a lot going on behind the scenes in the studio. And that's why I want to take some time on today, especially because like on Wednesday, Beth goes. Wednesday, everybody flows pretty much after me. And, you know, I didn't want to hang on. Hey, if you ever have those little chipboard shapes like these from Dina Wakely or anybody, this is another way that you can cluster them up. Make a little tag and put them in there. That's what I did with those. I'm going to slap some paint on them, kind of splatter them a little bit so they can have some thank you, Bart. So that's my website where all of my stuff that I have already made, art journals, art books or whatever. I don't know. I don't think I have any junk journals. I maybe do. I don't know. But if you see anything like from what I do have on the website, I do. Nothing is the same. Let me put that out there. Nothing is the same. I can't paint this again. I can probably do the clustery and get it all the same, but it probably won't be the same because I won't be inspired to do it the same. Some of the things that are already up on my website up on Slapping Paint on Paper, they were done during maybe a dark moment because I look at them now and I'm like, oh my goodness, that's pretty. And then I look at it for myself and be like, you did that. You know what I'm saying? So that's why August was very important for me because I look back and I was just like, how I've created joy in my mental space is why I wanted to encourage someone else. Maybe grief is not your thing. It just happens to be my thing. Maybe grief is not your thing. So you know what I'm saying? But I wanted to encourage you, inspire you to be intentional about what you're doing because joy isn't an intentional accident. Like, I created this, you saw me paint this. I knew that I wanted to slap the blue down because I wanted to be intentional about the color. I wanted to be intentional about how I was feeling. I wanted to be intentional about talking to you about decluttering your own mind space, how to Feng Shui the mind, right? I wanted to show you how to anchor your thoughts with joy. Like all the things that I've shown you today and done is pretty much, let me put these back with that before I be like, where did these go? I just wanted to share how you can literally do something even when you don't feel like it, even when you're just using all of the bad words. And as you're using the bad words, slap some paint on some paper, slap some glue on some paper, get you some cards, go get you some cards and make some clusters out of some cards. You get some hole punch some holes in something so you don't have to go punch somebody out, right? You know, there's so much more that you can do, because just like you want to feng shui your house or make everything look pretty, I want you to make sure that the furniture in your mind has joy too. Don't leave it in your attic, the attic of your mind. Don't do that. Pay attention to the clutter. Rearrange the thoughts. Dump out what doesn't matter and keep what matters. Place the joy at the center of your space. If your studio, your art room, your creative craft room, creative space, if that's where you find joy, that's where I want you to really rearrange what matters, right? Your mind, remember, I told you this before, your mind is not a storage unit. It is a sacred space. Rearranging it with intention, declutter it with the courage, and fill it with joy, all on purpose. You do not need every thought that's in your mind, right now. You do not need every thought. Declutter what doesn't need to be there. What's for dinner? Or is it time to cook dinner? Think about it. If it's not, or if it's like, I don't really want to cook dinner. Okay, well, go through a drive-through or do something else. Order in, Grubhub. Okay, that's one thought that's out. Declutter with courage. Don't feel guilty about feeding the kids drive-through. You have to take care of your mental space. You don't need every memory sitting in the middle of your room, your mental room. You need clarity. You need peace. And you need space so that you can really have a clear thought of how you want that dream, that new dream to look. How does it come up? How does it look? You see what I'm saying? That's what I'm talking about. And that is what I had to personally do for me. And now that I've done it for me, and now I get to sit over here and look at this and be like, girl, you did that. I'm happy that it's monochromatic because it gives me all of the different blues. And every one of these blues I'm looking at, it is really making me feel good. This one right here, I'm a little worried about that one. But I can tone it down. I can put some gesso on it, tone it down. If it doesn't serve you, figure out what's going to take to make you happy about it. You know what I'm saying? And here's the real truth. The journey doesn't stop today. Like right now, it just doesn't stop. Okay? All right, guys. I have hung out. And I'm going to, only because my stomach is growling. Now, if Mr. McCoy was here to bring me something to snack on, I'd probably sit on here. Because I'm still going to be in the studio. I'll probably get up and go get me something to eat. And probably come right back in here. But, okay. So if you're new here, or if you're on team replay, either way, the journey does not stop today. Every Monday and Wednesday, I'm here every Monday and Wednesday at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. And now Mondays, I'm wondering if I'm going to let the spirit move me and decide how I want it to do. Just like if I feel like it will go on, like we did today. I mean, I feel great because I'm 100%. I'm probably like 110%. I'm good. If the lawnmower was fixed, I probably would go outside and mow. But the lawnmower had to go to the shop today, so she had to go to the doctor. So I can't go mow. I mean, I could go mow on Margaret, but it's still 90. I think it's 90. Let's see, what is the temperature? It's 97 outside. So no, I wouldn't go outside. So that's probably why I'm inside, right? So, but if anything that I've said has touched your heart or what have you, Mondays and Wednesdays, I want you to join me. If you haven't subscribed, hit that subscribe button, that bell notification all, because I do lives other than Mondays and Wednesdays, and I want you to be able to join me. I'll be right here in the studio. But slapping paint on paper is my thing. It's the way I clear out the mental clutter and creating a space so that joy can move in. And if this message gave you one thought worth keeping, subscribe now. Also, I would like for you to share the live with a friend that maybe needs to be encouraged. Maybe they need to have some mental feng shui in their life. Because you know what? Together, we're not just decluttering, we're redesigning our lives with joy. And we're together building a community over here where we get to do it together. We're at the center of each other's lives. And I would love for you to join us over here. Right? That works out. So go get your some cards, some deck of cards. That's all this was. Deck of cards, watercolor paper, paint on them, slap it on. Create something beautiful today. And I will see you guys again. Anybody got any questions before I do dip on out? Dip on out. And we're gonna end. I'm gonna end with Betty Penny being the focal point because it's just so pretty. They're just so pretty. Look at these cards. I'm gonna do something like this today. I kept some papers, so I'm gonna do it with my watercolors. As a matter of fact, this is what. See, I got these. They're already cut up, already ready, and I'm gonna do something just like this. Slap some paint on these pieces of paper. Yep, it is. See how simple? See how things start talking to you? But yes, there we go. Guys, I thank y'all for hanging out. And if there's no questions, nobody got anything, all heart, as they say in the church, as all hearts and minds are satisfied, then we're going to dismiss. All hearts and minds are satisfied. May the Lord watch between me and thee while we're absent, one from another. And I'll see you guys on Wednesday. Yes. Barb, thank you for being the mod. I got 2 mods now. I feel kind of daggone special over here. All right. You're welcome, Maddie. Thank you, Di, for those blue hearts. Look it. See? That's how we are. We're just all great. Just in time to say goodbye. Thank you, Julie. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate you. I really do. I told you I was probably going to still be hanging around. If I wasn't hungry, I'd probably still just hang around because I'm just like, and then you'd be like, Di, hey, you want to come play? Come play. Yes. But I gotta go catch up on some on some live. I have to be team replay. That's what I gotta do. I gotta be team replay for some lives that I missed. That's what I'm gonna do. So I'll still be in the studio, but hey, go over to the community and leave me a comment or anything that you might want to see. Now that you know it's World Watercolor Month is over, now that you know that some things, all the things that I do dabble in, hang in, other than watercolor, you want to play? You remember, I'm Chucky. You want to play? Hey, don't threaten me with a good time. I ain't got no problem. Look, hit me up. We can come back and play. Sure can. I gotta eat first. You gotta eat breakfast. But yeah, I'm leaving this. Oh, and I want to slap some paint on this. This is really what I got this for, to slap some paint on it. Oh, I can't wait. I'm gonna slap some paint on this. I'm just gonna pour some out of the tube and just, it's so fun. But for right now, it just hung out. All right, guys, I'm finna go. I'm going. The stomach was like, hey, you hungry? I thought you said you was hungry. I'm hungry. I am. Okay. Toodles. Bye.